Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Robby. This is my craft corner, and today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different than normal. So around October this last year, I did a series where I painted a bunch of fun Spirit Halloween masks, and on one of those trips to Spirit Halloween, I got this dragon. I think it's one of the coolest things that they sell. Pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Now I have my own skeleton dragon. So I was like, I wonder if this would look cooler if I put skin on it. And I didn't want to use this guy because, you know, it looks awesome. So I went ahead and ordered another one. And to my surprise, it's a lot smaller. I feel like I was falsely advertised. But anyway, now I have a big dragon and a little dragon. Pretty cute, right? I mean, I'm not upset. This was half the price of this one, so I guess that makes sense. So anyway, I decided to put skin on this one, you know, start off small. I don't want to make the same mistake as I did with my pizza table. That was the first time I ever used epoxy resin. So that got me wondering, how should I paint him? What should I make him look like once I put skin on him? And then I realized he looks just like a Charizard. So I'm gonna have to make some minor modifications, but I can totally make this guy into a Charizard. And the best part is I'm even gonna give him a flame tail. I hope that works out. Let's begin. Okay guys, so the first thing I think I wanna do is try and take apart this lighter and see what exactly makes this thing work. Oh gosh. I'm guessing that this whole thing just kind of comes apart like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get a mallet. Okay, promising. I don't smell gas yet. Oh my gosh. So inside of this lighter, there's just another lighter. Oh, so this little thing holds it on. This is making a lot more sense now. Okay, so it looks like we have a lighter right here. We have all of our wires and things. I have to figure out how I'm gonna take all this and put it inside of this guy. Ooh, this is already looking easy peasy. I think this will work. I could even take off his tail and just replace it with this. Or maybe I could put this inside of his tail somehow. I'm gonna mess around with this and really get to know how this whole thing works. Maybe watch a video or two? I'll be right back. So what I'm gonna do for the fire tail is I'm gonna have this little tube going up through his tail. I'll have to drill a hole going straight through, and then you can have this little tube off to the side with a lighter attached, and then all you gotta do is light it. Boom, you have fire. So now that I decided how I'm gonna do that, I also noticed that this guy doesn't quite look very Charizard-like. For one, Charizard doesn't stand on all fours. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And then his arms are way too long. Charizard has tiny arms, guys. He has tiny arms. He's a dinosaur. I think I'm actually going to swap this. Maybe turn this around. I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit. Okay, that definitely looks a little bit more Charizard-like. The only gripe I have now is I kind of wish his tail would let him stand up a little easier. But you know, I'm gonna work on that. Go ahead and take that whole tail off. How you standing up now, buddy? Not too well. I think what I want to do is cut this little bit off and then essentially remake it so that it's over here. So I have to carefully cut his tailbone off. Just the top of it. If you're doing this at home, please be very careful. There we go. Oh yes, and I can even flip it so that the more spiny part is facing up. Go ahead and put back that screw. And will the real Charizard please stand up? We're making progress. That's fine, I can fix that. I think maybe if I switch out these feet, it'll help a little bit because these feet are ever so slightly bigger. Oh yes, that's much better. And you can even poke it if you want to. Okay, maybe not. This is something that you cannot poke. You're not allowed to poke this, I'm sorry. Okay, so the more that I was looking at Charizard's hands, I just couldn't figure out how the heck I would make these look like his hands. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and make them from scratch. So here I have some dark anti-lead wire. I think that's just a fancy term for jewelry wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and attempt to make his arms using these. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try my darn best. You know, that's all I can really do. I have this string. I'm gonna try to wrap it around, and maybe that will sort of flatten all this a little bit better. So I'm basically just wrapping the whole thing in this string to make his arm. Put a little bit of extra string in the middle for his elbow. There we go, that's not bad. I have the general shape now of an arm. I might go in and add a little bit more beef in his hands, but overall, I like how this looks, and after I put latex on it, it's gonna look even better. Now I just gotta figure out how the heck I want to attach it to his body. Anyway, I'll figure that out. And this is what he looks like with his arms. Not bad so far. So he's standing up and he has proper arms. So far so good. So now I'm gonna backpedal a little bit and take the tail back off and carve a small groove on this tail. That way I can take the lighter hose and just insert it right in there. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Sharpie to draw lines where I want to put the little groove. Okay, so now that that's all done, I'm gonna carefully insert the lighter tube. Oh yes. I'll have it extend just a little bit past the actual tail. That fits just about perfectly in there. There you go. Using some of this liquid latex, I'm gonna go ahead and carefully glue it down. I ended up using a little bit of tape to kind of hold it in place. Hopefully that actually holds it, and when I go to take off the tape, it doesn't mess it up. But yeah, I'm basically gonna do that for the entire tail. So now I'm gonna try and get him to be in the position that I want him when he's done. This looks about good. So I'm gonna take some super glue and just glue his legs in place. That way they can't move anymore. Okay, latex is dry. Now I'm removing some of the tape that's holding it on. Then we reattach the tail. I'm just gonna leave this tube kind of over here in kind of an unnoticeable spot down by his leg. Yeah, I think our skeleton so far, I've done pretty good. He's standing up now. And now we have to add some skin. There's only one other minor touch. Charizard doesn't have ears, so I gotta cut off his ears. Easy fix. Oh yes, that is much more Charizard-like. I'm not sure whether I want to add the wings yet. I might just leave a little hole. That way I kind of know where it's going to go. So I think it's about time for me to start fleshing this guy out. Literally. Now I'm going to go in and sort of coat everything in latex. Just cover everything I can and make it almost like a primer. The strings on his hands have kind of come loose a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and clip some of those off. That looks a lot better, so I'm just going to keep adding that latex. Now I'm gonna go in and take a little bit of tissue, but it doesn't need to be that thick, so I'm gonna kind of separate it by the ply. Now I'm gonna take that tissue and carefully put it over, start fleshing him out. A little bit more latex. Yeah. I sort of had an oversight and I completely forgot about the eyes. So using a clear blue bead like this, I'm gonna take a little trip to my circular sander. Is it even called a circular sander? Anyway, I just grounded it down to look like his eyes, and that's basically all I did. Okay, now getting back to the latex, I basically just add a fine layer of latex all over this bad boy, start adding the tissue. This was looking fine and dandy, but then I realized one very important thing. Okay guys, so I've been working on this for the past 2 days, and I was just taking a really good look at him, and I was like, he doesn't really look perfectly like Charizard. Something just feels very off, okay? And I think I finally figured it out. Charizard has basically like a pear body. Look at this. That's a pear! That boy is thick, okay? Now our boy, yeah. Not so thick. But if I flip it upside down, yeah. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy, do some plastic surgery, if you will, and I'm gonna flip his entire body upside down. And then I'll have a thick bottom with a skinny top. And then I'll put his head up here. Ah, why didn't I see this before? I feel so silly.
One eternity later.
Okay, I got all the latex off, I took the legs off, I got the tail off, the arms off. So now, I guess the only thing I have to do is cut off his neck, because this is one solid piece. Very unfortunate I have to do it this way, but you know. Now I just have to put Charizard's head on here. Oh my gosh, that's so much more proportion to Charizard actually. Maybe a little bit of wire. I could probably almost like hollow this out and then shove that inside of there. Then I shove some wire and hot glue in that bad boy and just sort of shove them together. So that definitely looks a lot more like a Charizard. So now I'm gonna take his legs and put them on the opposite side, because if I put them on the original side, they just kind of go in a little bit too much, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm just gonna go and sort of cut off some of the extra plastic on here and then drill a little hole so that I can put a screw in it. Screw his legs back in, readjust his arms. Okay guys, I managed to get the arms back on. I kind of had like a convoluted wire way to get the arms to stay in place because I had a lot less to work with than at the bottom. But overall, Charizard is looking way more proportional to how he did before. I'm gonna put this tail back on somehow and then we're gonna reskin it. Oh my gosh, this has been such an adventure so far. So now I'm just gonna use some wire to put his tail in place and just use some pliers to make sure that it's tight down. Here's me showing off the Charizard. I'm very proud of it. Look, his tail even still works. Fantastic. Good for me. Now we're gonna go ahead and start fleshing him out again. I almost completely finished this last time and we're just gonna quickly go through this. Very easy. It's basically paper mache, but instead of newspaper and glue, you're gonna be using some latex and paper tissues. It just makes him have this really wrinkly look that I really like. It makes him feel like a real lizard when he dries. Okay guys, so now it's time to work on the wings. So I'm basically gonna be doing these very similar to how I did the Charizard body. I'm gonna be covering them them all up in latex, and then carefully put some tissue over it. Boom. Now I'm gonna carefully cut off the excess. So now I'm taking a paper towel, a little bit thicker. I'm just gonna go ahead and separate it by ply again. This one doesn't have a very good pattern on it, but this one looks very scaly. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically cover Charizard in it. I already started, as you can see. I really like the scales a lot better than the wrinkly look, so that's why I'm going with that. So now that I put latex all over his eyes, I have to carefully remove it. I tried it a few different methods. I tried a Dremel, and then eventually I sort of got it using X-Acto knives. So it's about 2 in the morning right now, and Tori woke up and came in to see what I was doing, and she basically said I need to make him a little more thick. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try and give him a little bit more girth. And the way I'm gonna do that is add a little latex like you do, and then take a little cotton ball and kind of unroll it. Now I'm just gonna put this right on there, maybe on his sides. Yeah! Charizard has to be a thick boy. Let's go ahead and add some more liquid latex. Now I'm gonna get the paper towel and just put it on there. And he looks better on this side already. Now I'm gonna do it to the other side. Okay, so the wings are dry. They kind of look like bat wings right now. They look really crazy. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and flip them over and add the scaly parts on the back.
6.5 hours later.
So now that I have the wings all done, textured how I like, it's time to get to painting. I'm gonna go with a classic orange, because that's what color Charizard is. Dude, this is turning out so good. I am so happy with this. And boobity-boo, flip this bad boy over. I'm only gonna paint kind of like the perimeter of this. Okay guys, we're almost in the clear. It's currently about 5 in the morning. I've been working on this for almost 10 hours straight, but I think it's turning out absolutely fantastic. And I really like how the latex dries. It looks very, very realistic. I'm really happy with it. So now I just gotta paint this bad boy. Okay, so now that I'm about 25 hours into it, he's looking really good. He has the general shape. He's looking very scaly. He's looking very wrinkly in the right places. I'm really liking how this turns out, but we need to do one more thing. I'm gonna go ahead and try and put the wings on without hurting everything that I've just done. Boop-a-doo-boop. So I successfully got the wings on, and now I need to cover these up with latex. Oh boy, you thought I was done with latex, but nope, here we are, more latex. So after repainting his back and finishing up all the little details, I really wanted to find a way to hide the lighter inside of Charizard so that I didn't have to see it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it to work. I tried different lighters, so I ended up trying to put a rubber band on it and make it stay lit, but that didn't work. So I ended up taking the entire lighter apart and attached it using the mechanism thing. Many lighters were harmed in the making of this video, and I can't deny that, but can you really deny how utterly awesome the results of how fantastic this turned out? Anyway guys, I hope you really liked this video. Let me know down in the comments down below what Pokemon I should make next, or if you think I should just never do this again and stick to crafts. That's fine too. Okay guys, I love you so much. I'll see you guys again real soon. Peace, love, and Wi-Fi. Onward, Eddie. Okay, bye!